Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. So as you log in, let me officially welcome you to Be Your Own Bank. Be Y'all gotta excuse me. I gotta figure out how to take this off of this computer. My granddaughter is trying to FaceTime me right now. Okay, we're not gonna do that right now. But so ladies and gentlemen, as you log in, let me officially welcome you to our BYOB profit call. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is just so funny. How do these kids understand technology like that? So, but just go ahead and drop it in the chat. This is Tasha M. Dye, the Trade Whisper, guys, creator of the BYOB Cash Out Strategy. And so as you log in, as I stated, just go ahead and drop it in the chat. Drop it in the chat where you're calling in from, along with those affirmations, ladies and gentlemen. And we're actually going to get this call started. So we're about to get this call started in just a moment as I get this screen share going. And we will get this call started. So hopefully you all are having a wonderful morning. Just trying to turn this off because this call keep coming in and we're not going to be Zooming or FaceTime to the grandbaby. All right, guys, let's see. Who do we have on the line? Who do we have on the line? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me see. I have Toledo. Good morning, good morning. I have Minnesota. Good morning, Cleveland. Good morning, Winmere. Good morning, Columbus. Good morning, Baltimore, Tavares. Good morning, Jacksonville, Milwaukee. Good morning, Cleveland, good morning, Cali. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you log in, go ahead and drop it in the chat. Let me know where you're calling in from, along with those affirmations, guys. You definitely want to make sure that we are doing that. All right. So, good morning, good morning, good morning. So let's see, who do we have on the line as we prepare and as we get ready this morning. I see that we have, let me see here. Oh, you know what? Come on. I'm trying to multitask. Y'all got me this morning. So I did get that closed. So I already finished it. Guys, keep dropping it in the chat. I see the tsunami waves of wealth. I see it. So yes, let's go ahead and get those affirmations. I am an educated BYOB master trader, anointed for wealth. I am the signal. All my trades in and profit, I am 777. And so, yes, we want to make sure that we are operating in that mindset and that thought process. And so that's why. So what I need you guys to do, and on this money making, right? With money making Power Pack Tuesday, we had money making Monday. Now we have Power Pack Tuesday. So I need you guys to speak that with boldness and confidence. We have to make sure we're speaking that in boldness and confidence. And okay, there we go. Keep dropping it in the chat. New Jersey, good morning. Now, guys, if this is your first time here with us this morning, this is your first time on a BYOB profit call. Yes, it's your first time. Let me get a 111 in the chat. And if you are still learning how to cash out, let me get a 222. Let me get a 222. Good morning. All right, I think we're settled in now. I think we're ready to go. You know, the difference between me and you is when you guys are multitasking and you guys got things going on, you're muted. Right? You're muted. You're not talking. So, you know, that's just what we are this morning. That's just what's happening. And that's what it is. So, but we're going to make it happen and we're going to get through this. So, but welcome, and welcome back. Welcome, and welcome back. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh this. So for those of you all who are new to the call, just want to help you understand how these calls work. So Monday through Thursday, at 5 a.m. and 9 a.m. we are definitely live. We're in the market, right? And we're implementing our training. And then, of course, on Tuesdays, tonight, right, you definitely have the basics, right? You have that foundation. You have, the basics and that understanding. And so you're going to get that foundation and then really get in there and understand what it means for 6 figures in 6 months. And of course, then on Wednesdays, we have that BYOB Cash Out HFX Simplified. And then on Thursdays, we have our advanced training, okay? We operate and we are definitely in that advanced training. And so that's to really help you understand the market. We take the skill set and we actually implement that. So that's what we're doing. We're implementing what we've been learning. And so that's what's going to happen this morning. Now, because this is 9 o'clock, okay, this is a indices focused call. And what we do before we trade anything is we always come and we check the news. We have to understand the fundamentals. The biggest part, what we want, we're going to trade from a technical analysis standpoint, but we want those fundamentals, right? We want those fundamentals to really be in alignment, right? To be in alignment with, those fundamentals to actually be in alignment with our technical analysis. So our technical analysis is what we trade from. Let me make sure I'm saying all this right. So that's definitely the position and the space that we actually trade from. Now, let's go ahead and let's actually get started here. Let's dive in here. And as we can see, we definitely kind of have a quiet day. So you can see, as you're looking through here, you can definitely see what's happening. And from what it appears and what it looks like, we definitely have pretty much of a quiet day happening. And, as far as news is concerned, now, once again, we like news. News moves the market. That's why we went in depth, helping you guys understand what actually moves the market, right? So what moves the market, that's what we discussed and that's what we talked about on this past Thursday. So if you missed last Thursday's training, you want to go back and watch it, so you will really get that understanding of why we come in here. Why do we need to check the news? Why do I need to know what's going on? Why do I need to be informed? So if you have any why, you really want to understand how the market moves, increase your profitability, you want to go back and watch last Thursday's training as well. So the last couple of Thursdays are, we've been building and really implementing and putting this stuff in place. So now what does that mean? We have Jackson Hole. Let's see if we can make it work this morning. You look, that one's still circling. So let's see, does it pull up? There we go. We're in business now, or maybe not, or here we go. So now if I look right here, you see that we have that's on Friday, we have that speech, but we also have Jackson Hole. Where is my Jackson Hole? So there it is. So this Jackson Hole synopsis, when we did that other training, we actually pulled this up on their website, kind of dug into it, really helping you understand. This happens once a year. And bankers actually come in from different places to discuss, basically people who, let me just say market movers, because it's not just bankers, but let's just say market movers. They come in. And so that's actually happening this week. And so obviously that's going to have some impact on the market. And then also what happened yesterday as we were closing out this call, COVID, the Pfizer vaccine, right? We knew it was coming, but the Pfizer vaccine got its FDA approval. And so that's actually going to have impact in the market. And let's not forget Afghanistan. That's going to have impact in the market. So you have quite a bit that's happening this week. And so we've been seeing movement, right? We've been seeing that. And then also we're going to talk indices. That's where we're going. But I want you guys to understand, like, where's that trade go? This is, things that we were looking and waiting to kind of set up. And, which one is it? The one we were looking at this morning. And when we're looking at that setup to happen, you notice that this hasn't happened. It hasn't transpired yet. It has not manifested. As a matter of fact, it pulled down. And that's what we talked about, because we had, look, and it's still triggering for a sell. We just got another trigger for a sell. So this is what we talked about. Even though the scanner pulled it for a buy, what we were looking at, the scanner, harmonic scanner, pulls it for a buy, analyze a buy. The vibrata, it triggered it for a sell. We talked about the possibility of this selling some before it started rising. Now, if I look, I'm sitting here with a new 4-hour candle, and with this new 4-hour candle, look how strong this candle is. So you want to pay attention to those things. And when those triggers happen, should this turn around and buy? It should. But when? Not right now. Is not at all right now. And so now you understand why sometimes you can look at the scanner and it'll show you one thing, and now you come back over here and now it's telling you something else. So your GBP USD, your GBP AUD, the ones that we were definitely looking at, and if we have time today before we close out, we'll come back and look at this GBP USD on the 4 hour. Those don't happen that often. And so because it actually triggered for a buy, I'm writing the number down right quick. And so just because that triggered, if we have time, we will definitely come back and take a look at that. So, you know, because those don't come through as often, we will definitely come back and analyze that. All right. So now let's jump in. And as you guys have questions, comments, or anything as we go through this, I definitely want you all to, you know, chime in and, you know, go ahead and drop it in the chat, ask your questions, because this is where your success happens. Like, understanding, we want to make sure you get those questions answered. We want to make sure, right, that, you know, we're here to assist you, and we want to make sure, you know, that you're grasping and understanding the information as far as what we're sharing. Okay, so now let's talk. Let's talk, and then we're going to analyze. Okay, let's see, do we have triggers? All right, actually we do. One that just happened 12 minutes ago. So we have a 35357.92. And that's the US 30. So we're gonna analyze, okay? We're gonna analyze. And as we analyze, okay, and as we look at this, like I said, we're gonna analyze, and as we look at this, right, we're gonna move forward and kind of go through this. So now, here's our US 30. This was our markup yesterday. You notice it only came up to right here. And so we wanted to pay attention to those lines, right? We wanted to pay attention, right, to those lines, right? Very, very important. And so here, right? So here, as we look, all right, this is where it's kind of bouncing out. But we're going to go in and like I said, we're going to go in and we're going to analyze this, okay? We're definitely going to go in and analyze this. And then this is our NASDAQ. NASDAQ kept going. So just kind of giving you a basic overview before we dive in a little bit deeper. Now, our S&P typically hangs out with the US 30. You see how they kind of look a little similar right now, right? Definitely kind of, you know, looks a little similar. So you definitely can see, you know, how what that's doing. Now, come over here. I got my Bitcoin. This is the area we marked up yesterday. And you can definitely see that it rejected off of there. All right. Gold, take a look what's going on with gold. And you can see that just triggered for a buy. So we'll definitely come back and analyze this one. Let me take them pivots off. So now, where do you start? Because those are all of the things we kind of focus on this 9 o'clock call. And of course, those are the ones that we focus on a 9 o'clock call. But at the same time, those are not the only ones that's happening, right? So just like if I'm looking at US 30, obviously the other indices are going to have some impact in things in the market. And then if I'm looking at gold, maybe silver, maybe you want to trade that, or, you know, so those things are triggering as well. We just can't cover everything while we analyze, but that's the importance of you being an educated BYOB master trader, anointed for wealth. And so let's go ahead. This is a chart. You click this, right? I click this. And this is how it pulls up, okay? This is how it pulls up. And this is what you have to analyze. And this is what you have to come in and what you have to be able to trade, right? That's where you have to come in and you actually are able to trade. So now from here, right, this is what we want to do. We're going to take this call price and put it on there. Now, of course, we're going to go through the strategy. We're going to look at all of that, but let's drop this call price on there. So 3537. All right. 57.92. And up, that put way too many numbers. I'm like, where did my line go? It is definitely. So we're going to try it again. Let's just start over. 35, what was it? 35357. So it should be somewhere down here, right? I put way too many numbers in there. So it's right up in this area, guys. So it's definitely right up in here. And so now let's go ahead and let's go back. So now this is what we triggered, and that's what we triggered for a sale, and we triggered 15 minutes ago. So that's pretty much in alignment with the spreads and the broker and things of that nature. So now as I'm looking here, all right, what I want to do is, I know when you first look at this, what you're seeing is blue line cross over the red and an upward momentum. You got that green candle with a flat bottom, and you have that PSR in the bottom. But what we want to identify is the fact that it triggered for a sale. Now, that is what you look for with the strategy alignment. Now, one thing I definitely want to highlight is the simple fact that I know what we're looking at, right? I know what we're looking at is the reality that we're on a 5-minute chart. We start on a 15. So we're on a 5-minute for the indices strictly because of the liquidity, like strictly because of the liquidity that's in the market. But that doesn't change the fact that we have to analyze the market, okay? So all of the time frames definitely work together, so you just want to understand that that's not going to change the fact of like the fact that, like I said, we're in the market, what we're looking for, right? It's definitely not going to change any of that. And so you want to make sure that we analyze and understand that each time frame is just a different view. Each time frame is a different view. I'm looking at the market from a different view with each time frame. So here we have it, right? Blue line cross over the red, upward momentum, green candle, flat bottom, PSR flip, right? Look like a perfect setup. However, is it just a correction? Because these are called in a correction, and we just triggered again. So it's triggering around at 385. So we just triggered again for a sell. Mind your mics, please, if you don't mind. Let's keep them muted. And so I'm dropping this on here around about so I can keep walking you through the training. But you guys see how you put this on here and how, you know what I mean? Like this kind of is going, you can make those adjustments, right? And so that's pretty much on top of it right there. And so once again, we got another trigger for a sale. Okay, so all of this, right, it moved up. So did it come in a correction? So what we want to do is check our time frame confluence, right? I want to check that time frame confluence. And so when I check that time frame confluence, I'm going to move to my 30. So now you understand that this was a valid trigger. All right, look at my stochastic is in a sale right here. It's going in a sale. And then also you can see this little weak candle is fluctuating back and forth, all right? It's fluctuating back and forth. So that's actually what it's doing right now. And so now let's really take a look. How do we get here? How do we have this set up right here? What we're gonna do is we're now gonna look at the big picture of the market. So any questions, comments, or testimonies on how we got from the blank chart to where we are right now, drop it in the chat. How do we get from the blank chart to where we are right now, right? How do we do that? And so, we definitely want to, make sure we're paying attention. So if you have any questions or anything as we're going through that, you definitely want to, make sure that you're asking those questions. And now I am going to say this. If you are not familiar, okay, if you are not familiar with support and resistance lines, if you don't touch this, don't do it. Don't do it. Go practice. I'm just go back over here to your GBPs. Go back over here to your 10 pips and cash out, because what we talked about this morning was that zone, and you're gonna understand that zone tonight. And I'm on the wrong chart. You guys know what I'm talking about though. So you'll understand that zone tonight, right? When we get to the actual training, that zone and everything within that zone will begin to make sense. To here it is. It's like I'm got on a different time frame. So you understand this, the 10 pips and cash out, as you begin to understand your support and resistance lines. So if you can't see that right here and understand that this is a heavy rejection area, then I don't want you guys, because each point is a minimum of $1. And we're not here to make donations. We're here to collect, right? We're here to collect. We're here to collect, not donate. So we use the alerts for time frame confluence. No. That's not what I said. What I said was we start here, we take the trigger. You use this. All right, we start the trigger. This trigger for a sale, that's what this is, okay? This trigger for a sale. Both of these, what in the world is this thing doing? Both of these trigger for a sale. All right, both of these trigger for a sale. Okay, we have one trigger at the top of the call, another trigger. Now we know that we don't touch the call, we don't touch the trade before the bell. That's what we're gearing up for, right? We do not touch the trade under no circumstances before news, before the bell, right? We don't do that. Now, the point I'm making, this trigger for a sale, it looked like it's in a buy, but then when I come over here to my confluence is in a sale. I'm using my stochastic and I'm also using my candles. Now, if you've been trading or anything and you know anything about divergence and all that stuff, you notice that, yes, you can go use divergence, you can go use all of that, but the reality is this is where my alignment is. See, divergence helps you see the change in the market, but I don't need all of that. What I need is, as I look right here, my stochastic in the sale, right? That's why I love the strategy. You know, did I make this? No, I'm just playing. So, but when you see this, the stochastic is in the sale. And when you look at this, you see where my candle is, right? And so this is reacting. And so I'm using the market to tell me if I take a trade. The alerts scan the market and give me a high probability of a trade. That's what the alerts do. So I use the market to tell me if I can take the trade because I have to analyze the trade. However, the alerts are high probability trades. That's what they are. They're not signals, they're high probability. So they scan the market for you, okay? They scan the market for you. So here, what you see, right? You can definitely see right here where this has been rejecting. So it's triggering for a sale, but I have a heavy rejection area right here. So let's go ahead and do our top-down analysis, okay? Top-down, where are we at? You're welcome. So you like now, I'm not looking at the individual candles. I'm looking at the market. I'm looking at the big picture, right? If you're trying to go somewhere, you kind of look and see, you ever pull up Waze and you're like, okay, and you see Waze give you your turn by turn directions, okay? Waze to tell you, then you're gonna go here, you're gonna make a right, then you make a right, then you're gonna get on the interstate, then you're gonna merge and you're gonna be driving, like you'll be on this for 8 miles. So that's how the lower time frames work. That's where you're zoomed in. But just imagine if it said, you want to see what does the traffic look like ahead? What does it make sense to go this way? So the same mindset. So now I'm zooming out. You guys have done that, right? On Waze, where you open it up and you zoom in, you try to see where you are. What is there traffic ahead? What does it look like? That's what we're doing. This is what we're doing right now. It's no different. And this is why we got to not compartmentalize, right? So we cannot, when you first look at this, it's like, oh my gosh, what is this? But when you approach it the same way you approach everything else, you will see it. So if I'm gonna zoom out and look at ways to see what's happening, so because I do that all the time. I need to know if it's traffic that way. Do I need to divert? Do I need to go another direction? So right now we gotta zoom, we gotta scrunch this up. Just like you scrunch up your ways. I need to know if I need to go another direction. Am I gonna sell? Everything's in alignment, that's the right direction. You can get to your destination that way. However, I need to scrunch this up to see what does the traffic look like. What does the path look like? And that's what this is. You see that? That's what this is. This is my path. So there's a construction zone right here. There's some heavy rejection that's happening right here. So if I got a construction zone right here, what's the probability of me pushing through? So can it push through? Absolutely. But what's the probability, of this thing pushing through? And so now when I look here though, look at this. So everything is lining up. I don't want this. Let me get rid of these candles. I don't need 2 of them. They are both really in the way. I told you I don't trade with no candles. I'm just trying to, the arrows, you want the candles. I told y'all this morning. So when I look right here, you can see, right, at my 4-hour, you can see, look at what my stochastic is doing. So I got some rejection happening up here too. I got some rejection here and I got some rejection there. Look at the rejection that's happening up here. So when I come back down here, look at where we've been hanging out. right? This is that rejection point. So my lower time frames is all the activity. My lower time frames is all of that. So this is where we've been hanging out. So now where we've been on a lower time frame, it looked like a little range. So it's got to break through one of these. It has to. And so we're triggering sales 15-minute as well. So my 15-minute, it'll be caught in the correction, come down here to my hour. And you can see that hour was down, right? What we already discussed. Now look at that stochastic. Look at that stochastic starting to curve. Now, one thing about this is before the bell. This is before the bell. So we come through here, we analyze, but there's going to be a liquidity push. There's going to be a liquidity push that's going to happen at the bell. And there's going to be some fundamental impact because Wall Street opens. And so what you have to not do is get caught up in those pushes and get caught up. So what we do is we wait, right? We take a look, we wait, we see how things are going, right? And then of course, now look at how this one is starting to curve up. So you guys see that? Any questions, comments, or testimonies? So we'll see what actually happens at the bell. And then that's how we end up with the chart looking like this. And so when you can see that, you can see where we have over here. Well, let me bring it back over here. Let's just do it over here because I need you guys to see. So we're going to look at these levels. So there should be a 400 in here, a 354. Make this blue. You guys always know what blue means, right? What's my blue mean? Did I not type this morning? Goodness gracious. All right. So this is where my psychological level is, right? Now look at what's happening around there. Look at all the rejection that's happening around this level. Okay, exactly, psychological levels. So look at all the rejection that's actually happening at these levels, right? You see all the rejection. And then I come here and I need my 3. Well, that's actually going to be down here, but that 350 is that midpoint. And so you can see, so what we're going to do is we're going to make this a 0. Because at 3, that one's too low for us to even mark up. That was way down here. So in between from here to here, right? From here to here is 50 points, right? It's going to be about 50 points. And so that's what this is in here. So you can see how we've been kind of hanging out. It's been bouncing around and kind of hanging out in this range. So while you guys have still been making money, you understand that it's hanging out in that range area. Like it's hanging out right up in that zone, like in that area. All right. So you definitely can see that. So I just want to make sure that you guys see that. Any questions, comments, because we're down within those 2 minutes. Questions, comments, or testimonies. So we're going to go ahead and get down here to the 5-minute. Look at the curve that's happening. See how it's rejecting off of that area. We'll see what transpires. And let's make sure everything else is set up. Right? Our NASDAQ, let's go ahead and drop down. And we'll come back and mark that one up as well. You know, the S&P, we still want to drop down and see what transpires. Now, GBP should get a liquidity push at the bell. That's typical. And that's because of the simple fact that that's the same, right? They're the same. They're open right now. So that market is open. And so then it's like both of these markets are going to interact because that market is still open. It doesn't close to what, like around 12 or something. So here we go. Down to 30 seconds. All right, let's see. What are we gonna do? You see how that pulled back? Look at what I'm flatlined up here. We're already overbought, right? We're down to 10 seconds in the bell. And let us see what's going to transpire. What is going to happen? And the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, ding, ding. Nope, rejection. Look at that stochastic. So are my sales triggers going to play out? What is going to happen here? Let's look up. All right. Look at that. So is it just a rejection or are we going to break through? Now, anytime you see all of this, it's not gonna just be like a smooth break. You know, you're gonna, even if it did, it would not just break through there, but everything else, I mean, because look where my 30-minute is at, right? That's a new 30-minute candle, right? That's a new 30-minute candle, right? You see look at how my hour is curving. All right, look how my hour is curving. So the triggers have been valid if the market has just been hanging out in this zone. Now look at this. The market has been hanging out in that zone. That's where the market's been. So now you guys, can you see why it's so important? Why is it so important? Like, why is it so important? You guys see that? All right. So we see what's happening now. Let's go look. Let's go take a look at our S&P. See if what kind of movement we have over here, because they normally hang out. So it's not a guarantee they're going to hang out, but they typically hang out some, right? Hopefully you guys have been noticing that as well. Look at where we are with this one. So you kind of see that same rejection that's happening here. And our NASDAQ is fluctuating. All right, that NASDAQ is fluctuating. So US 30 look like we're dropping. Where'd it go? Let's come down. Look at that stochastic curve right there. So you got some mixture going on, because here, right? Look at this. That's a real strong rejection off of this area. So here, my 30-minute, look at my 30-minute right there, okay? Look at that 30-minute. Look at this hour, right? Look what's happening. Let's see, did anything trigger for anything different? Let me click the right one. Nothing new has triggered. But then we come down here and we're rejecting. This is a strong rejection point, but you notice that it went and then it's coming, pulling back, right? So is it just knocking on that door trying to come, or are we really going to reject and go for a sell? But I'm not really happy about a sell when my higher time frames are starting to look like this. Like, I'm not really happy about that. So right now I would just pause and let's let the market get some clear direction, right? Because that's a heavy rejection that was actually happening off of there. That's what that is, a heavy rejection. So now look at how this pulled back up. You see how that rejected? Now, you guys see why it's important to get that top-down analysis? You guys see why that's really, really important now? How you cannot leave that out? You need to know where you're at. Because how many of you all would have been in a sell right now? How many of you all would have jumped in and then you mad because the thing pulled back? Look right here how this curve is happening. Oh, I got a wow. I like that. So look at how this curve is starting to, look at this. So let's pay attention. What are we going to do? Let's see, do we start getting some shift? So sometimes we got to wait those 5 minutes, guys. Sometimes we just got to wait. Sometimes it takes 15 minutes. We cannot control the market, okay? We cannot. Look how strong that curve up is right here. That's a strong rejection area. That's a strong rejection area. So look at this. So let's go see. We're supposed to be trying to see what my S&P is doing, because, well, like we said, they normally hang out. So look, my same thing, stochastic curving up right here. Look at the hour over here. This one is straight down. So we shall see. And of course, my super snipers, my super snipers, my super scalpers are gonna go get it. Now, I have to teach you all just to speak to them. I have to teach you all how to take the trades. I have to teach you all how to analyze the markets. Once you identify how you trade in your personal pip reaction time, you identify those things, then if that's something you want to do, then that's when you do it. But I'm not going to ever tell you a trade like that. All right. I cannot do it because you might not have that reaction time. All right. So now as we look at Bitcoin right here, and most people don't have that reaction time. I'm gonna just be honest with you. All right, let's just keep it all the way real. All right, let's keep it all the way real. Most people don't have a reaction time. And then you try to go get it, and then you mad. And who you mad at? Who you mad at? So now, what do you see? Bitcoin is kind of in this zone. The halfway mark is actually, we got 49 right up in here. Let's put this on here. And I need to change that color. So y'all just not gonna say anything, right? Y'all gonna be like, you left it yellow. Let's stay consistent. Where my BYOBers at? Let's stay consistent. Psychological levels, we doing blue. So you see the levels that's happening right here. I think we're moving. Let me come check it. So we'll come back to Bitcoin. Let's come see what's happening. No, not really. See, I'm doing the same thing I tell y'all to do. I got my other computer up. I got my screen up. I got it up so I can kind of watch to see if it's going to move or not while we analyze other stuff. So I tell you guys to have yours up. You should have yours up too. Because I try to watch it. I just cannot guarantee you that I can watch it all the time as we're analyzing. So you can kind of see, I mean, it pulled down, but it was just too risky for me. I don't like that back and forth because right now, look how it's pulling up right now. And you can kind of look at how the price is going. So down, up, down, right? So that's the real price, right? Remember? So that's that live price. So you see the fluctuation that's happening. So remember, we're kind of boxed in this zone. And it has not been smooth. It has not been smooth. That is, I mean, look, down here on the 1 minute, look at what happened on the 1 minute. And look at what happened. You see that? 38 points, that's $38. So you want the smoothness. I cannot tell you that you want the smoothness. You want you want to be sure. So now look at what we're doing. So where it starts, we already know that my 30-minute is in that upward right here. As we drop down, you can see right here. And if I come down to my 1 minute, so it's that tighter entry is where the shifts happen. You'll start seeing that stuff first. So you can see how that's pulling back up. Now, is it worth it? What do they say? All money, not good money. So you don't want to force a trade. All right, let's not get in the habit of forcing trades. So we don't want to do that. So now let's come see what's Bitcoin doing as we watch that. So where we are with Bitcoin is you can see, what Bitcoin is doing. Like you can see how it's respecting this level right here. And you can see that sale is there. Like, look, you see right here where that's at. Now, what do we know about Bitcoin? It will surge, right? Bitcoin will surge. Hold on, let's get back over here. All right, guys, are we gonna break? See how we knocked at the door, bang, 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 and rejected off the door. You want to pay attention. I need to know. I need to know. I need to know what's going on. Because if we break through here, we're buying. If we break through here, right? If we can get through here, but can we get through here? Because look at the rejection that's happening right over here. Are we going to get through there? That's the question. We got to break through one of these zones. We're going to have to break through one of those zones. So as it was moving, I was just kind of trying to bring you back to it. Now look at what just happened you see what's happening, how this can change colors? You see how this can go back and forth? Because that's a new 4-hour candle. So are we breaking this zone? It looked like we're trying to break through there. Now look how this curved out. Now aren't you glad you didn't take that sale? Aren't you glad? You understand that that's a trigger and why you have to come back? It's a trigger, but you still have to come back and analyze. It's a trigger, but I need to come back and analyze. Right? It's a trigger, but I have to come back and analyze. So it's trying to break through there. We're trying, it's trying. It's going to make it. It's going to make it. Is it going to make it? So let's see. Now gold is kind of stuck right here in this little zone. Yeah, gold. All right, gold, our gold trigger for a buy, but we got to get past here. So you see where this zone is. Now I can, the way gold moves, right? Put a level on here. Right, so the way gold moves, all right, you can kind of see where we are. You see that hook that's happening right here? I thought we were about to break it. It's trying, y'all. It's trying. So I keep trying to monitor it and watch it, but I want to make sure we come back over here. So I hope your computers are up. I hope you got yours up too. All right, so you can see now this is like kind of like that midpoint. Nope, it's rejecting again. Is it gonna go? So we can see we put these levels on here. That's just the morning. Any questions, comments, guys? Anything you got? Any aha moments, testimonies, anything? So these are all our psychological levels for gold, that halfway point. And you can see how it's also kind of stuck in here. Once again, you got a lot of mixture happening. You got COVID, you got Afghanistan, you got Pfizer, you got Jackson Hole. All of these things are in the market. Who feels the best about what? So right now, what do you see? Anybody, based on the training we did last Thursday, tell me what you see right now as far as the market is concerned. What is it that you see when we're looking at all of these indices and commodities and things? Because this even is pulling back down. Like, what did you see? Somebody try. Help me out. See, we're still rejecting. Indecision, absolutely. Indecision. So when we have a political market, what does that bring? It brings indecision. No clear direction in the market. None. No clear direction. Look at NASDAQ. NASDAQ is like, about that. NASDAQ said about trading this morning. Right, exactly. S&P doing the same thing. So what we're going to do, we're going to give it these 3 minutes. Guys, if you got any questions, because we're not going to force any trades. But you see, look what Bitcoin look like it's the only thing trying to move. But, if you didn't already take a Bitcoin trade, don't take it now. Don't take it now. We don't do that. Ta-da! Look, what I tell you was going to happen. What did I tell you? So you see how that now should turn? So once again, it's always caught in a correction, right? Always caught in a correction. And what do you see, right? What do you see? So, but obviously nothing is at this moment. Nothing is ready. See that? Questions, comments, testimonies. We're not getting in a mixture. We're not doing that. Any of this move. Questions, comments, testimonies. We're also rejecting over here. Everything is like, All right. Questions, comments, testimonies, guys. GBP AUD still triggering for a sale, but that was at the top of the call. All right. So sometimes that's just the way the market is. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. It's just the way it happens, right? It's just the way it gets broken down. It's just the way it transpires. It's just the way it happens. And sometimes that's just what we have to understand. So, we're going to wait these 2 minutes and actually see what transpires. But now, guys, is the time. If you have any questions, let me go ahead and put this information out here while I wait on you to type, because I know I was told that you guys type. Y'all can't type as fast as I talk. But if there are any, look at that. It's no way you take those trades. But if there is any thing, so anything, just ask and we'll get an answer for you. But tomorrow, all right, we know that today is Power Pack Tuesday, right? We know that. And so what does that mean? Make sure you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. You want to make sure you're subscribed. Now we are on the rejoice904.com, right? So you definitely have the opportunity to go ahead and plug in, but let's make sure you're subscribed. Let me drop this in here, youtube.com. Okay, so that's our YouTube channel. You want to make sure that you are subscribed. So you want to make sure now today at 5 p.m. That's what I'm saying is our, look at that. Look how that's trying to curve. You want to make sure that you are present for that, rejoice904.com, or you can watch it streaming. And then, of course, tonight at 9 p.m. Now, tomorrow, followed by a Talk with the Finance Doctor, we have our market talks, followed by a Talk with the Finance Doctor. And then, of course, tomorrow, right, we should be back in the market, but there will be no 9 a.m. call. I do have an appointment. So we do not have a 9 a.m. call, guys. So just want to make sure you hear it. Make sure you know, and you are aware. So we will have our 5 a.m., but there is no 9 a.m. All right. And so let's go ahead and see. It says right now, nothing makes sense to me as I'm day one. I'm 2 days new, but I received this information and I know I will master this. Now, let me tell you, that's the right attitude. That is the right attitude. And I'm going to tell you why. Because right now it's new. It's new. And it's not supposed to make sense when it's new, but you're supposed to be hungry. You're supposed to want to master it. You're supposed to want to understand that you could approach it, because anytime we do anything in life, it's always new, right? Anything we do is new. And so what happens is you're going to make a decision. You're going to make a decision that you're going to see this and you're going to understand that you're going to be able to navigate it, or you're going to ball up and run away. And so what happens is that's where that decision point is. But what I can guarantee you, what I can promise you, is that by plugging in and being in the academy, going through the academy and plugging in, not either or, going through the academy and plugging in, it will collapse those timeframes. So being on these calls is going to collapse those timeframes. And that's why I ask you guys, so we take the training and we implement it in the morning. And that's why I really ask you guys, do you have any questions? Ask your questions, because what we're doing, this profit call, is not a signals call. It is not a signals call. Under no circumstances should you ever get on this call and expect a signal. We're going to analyze the markets. We're going to do this together, right? We're going to analyze the markets together. That's what we're going to do. And so that's why I say I always ask for questions, because if you have questions, you want to know what we're looking at, how to implement it. Like right now, we got a mix. Look, and what's crazy is when I was trying to get everything situated, I was like, mixed market Monday, money making Monday. And now we're sitting at a mixed market and it's Tuesday. This is our Power Pack Tuesday. And I was like, mixed market money. And hey, I called it, right? It's a mixed market. So, you guys can see, look at all of that. Even on my lower time frame, we have structure inside of structure, and my lower structure is even consolidated. We don't touch that. We don't mess with that. So no, we don't. The market is trapped in between this little zone. So we're not touching that. We're just not. So, right, we're going to leave that alone. So if we don't have any other questions, comments, or testimonies, guys, go subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go get your BYOB Average Breaker t-shirt, right? Go to our website, get your BYOB shirt, get your Average Breaker t-shirt, because we are average breakers. That is what we are. We are BYOB average breakers. We do not operate in average. We excel and we vibrate higher. So that's where that average breaker comes from. So, and there is a training on the YouTube channel on the Become the Own Bank where it's talked about, being a BYOB average breaker. So we are not average. We are not average by far. So my compelling why will exactly. And thank you. The training is awesome. Thank you. All right, guys. All right. Any other questions, comments? Or testimonies before we close out? So no questions, no comments. Awesome, guys. So awesome. Well, you got one? That's a yes, or a yes, a question, or a yes, or what? So go ahead, drop it in there. I'm waiting because I definitely was about to turn this over to Miss Brownlee. Drop it. Thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you so much. So, no. Think about like NFP. Do you not trade during NFP? Or do we pay attention? Go back and watch last Thursday's training again. What this said about political markets is the markets have no direction. I have absolutely no idea what the market's gonna do on Thursday. I don't know. I know I wouldn't trade, I wouldn't be, when they open those meetings and all of that stuff, I probably wouldn't be in the market. I'm not a heavy Friday trader myself personally anyway. So, I mean, for me, it's easy to say, no, don't touch the market on Friday. But I look in the chat and y'all be drop, 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 drop. I trade on Fridays based on what the conditions of the market, right? But I'm not a heavy Friday trader. And that's because the market closes on Fridays. I mean, that's a good question. But so political markets have high risk, right? They have high risk, but they have great trade opportunities as well. And so the difference is with you guys is you have the understanding. That's why we take the time to walk you through understanding exactly what you're looking at. That's why we take the time to walk you guys through, yes, no, it is all day. It's once a year. They're not going to meet once a year, to only meet for 20 minutes, right? Or an hour. So it's once a year. This happens once a year. And so if you want to make a decision that this is like, you can put that in your trade plan. If you want to make a decision to say, you know what, because of the impact of this, because it's only once a year, then I'm not going to touch the market that day. To me personally, it's not worth the risk. You can do that, or you can go in your demo account and analyze it and get a feel and an understanding, because perfect practice makes perfect. So you can go back to your demo account so you can understand and analyze exactly what I'm saying when I say that the market, right? When we say the market operates like the market, so the market's really, kind of that. So go back in there. Exactly. So if that's your gut, then operate in that. If that's your gut, then operate with that. Definitely operate with that. But you can get in a demo account so you can understand how the market moves, right? How it works. So you definitely want to do that. So, all right. Now, all right. So with that being said, that was a really good question. All right. So Miss Brownlee.
Yes, I am here. And we so love and appreciate you for all that you do. Thank you so much. Let's pray. God, you are an amazing God, and you do such amazing things, and you have made us to be such an amazing people. Your good hand is good upon us, and the world is being amazed as we walk in wealth before them, turning this world upside right. God, thank you for leading us to the next million households who will be impacted, empowered, and educated by March 28, 22. We are so thankful, so appreciative, and so grateful for our amazing dream team in the person of Dr. Bythewood, Mr. Rogers, and Miss Dyer, our amazing second generation of educators, Mr. Sims, Miss Perry, Miss Brantley, and Mrs. Anderson. God bless them as they continue to multiply themselves through their dedicated sacrifice of their time, energy, and most of all, their wisdom and their knowledge. Help us, God, to amaze you with our faith and with our obedience, with our faithfulness and our endurance. Thank you so much for blessing our Power Pack Tuesday, our radio broadcast, our market talks, and our talk with the finance doctor, our RX for Forex. Bless every member of the BYOB family, God, the world over. Lord God, if we had 10,000 tongues, we couldn't thank you enough, God. And we do give you praise and thanksgiving in Jesus' name. Amen. And thank God. And this officially ends this prophet call. And we'll meet you at 5 p.m. on the radio broadcast on rejoice904.com. God bless, and we'll see you there. See you tonight at 9 and 10:30. Amen.